Welcome to the show of debate. Today's topic is smoking, and we got two contestants. One of them will be against smoking and saying that it's basically alright in Islam, and one of them is, well, he believes smoking is haram. And so the two people are called Sheikh Ali, who will be with on the side where he thinks smoking is haram, and the other is Abdurrahman, Mr. Abdurrahman, who believes smoking is okay in Islam. Well, let's see who's right. Let's start off with Abdurrahman. Let's see what he got to say. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Well, I gotta say, there's nothing that has ever convinced me that smoking isn't haram. Is haram, sorry. I believe smoking is allowed in Islam, and well, I don't think there has been anyone to prove that it isn't haram. There is no specific line in the Quran saying smoking is haram, so that's what I'll start off with. Smoking isn't haram for me. What do you have to say in response of what Abdurrahman just said, Sheikh Ali? Well, what do I have to say? First of all, let me start off by saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah. So as our brother said, he doesn't think smoking is haram and there's no specific line. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna start off with the hadith Prophet Muhammad said. He, the Prophet commands them what is just and forbids them what is evil. He allows them as lawful what is good and prohibits them from what is bad. Well, Abdurrahman, that was a hadith that pretty much summed up everything. What do you have to say in this response? Well, I still don't admit that's haram. Because he just said don't do bad things, and I don't consider smoking as a bad thing. I mean, there's nothing bad about smoking, and it's not haram I'm sure about that. Sheikh Ali, I don't think Abdurrahman still understood what you were trying to say, so would you like to explain it in a more detailed way? Well, first off, smoking has several disadvantages. For example, addiction. Well, the addiction of tobacco is really horrible actually, especially for a Muslim, because once you get addicted to it, what happens when you're fasting? What happens when the Ramadan season comes up? What are you gonna do then? You're probably gonna be waiting till the Adhan comes until I can finally smoke. No, you're supposed to be doing dhikr on that time, and you're probably gonna sleep on that time, just so you don't have the urge to smoke. And these are like basic small points I'm starting off with. And the noxious smell, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the smell of garlic and onions is horrible, and people who eat it shouldn't be close to the mosque, shouldn't go in the mosque. And same goes for cigarettes. Their smell is even worse. Yeah, and obviously you want to stay away from the mosque. For men, it's really important. Also, the fact that it is a waste of money. Allah said that don't be wasteful with your money. And as you can see around the world, poor people, everyone, even everyone, they spend their money on cigarettes. That's a huge waste of money. You can be supporting your family or something. Instead, you go buy cigarettes, which is horrible, which is really bad for you and others. And my final basic point is um, yeah, it also affects people around you. For example, if you smoke near everyone, the smoke diffuses into other areas, and children and people, other grown-ups might inhale that smoke, and that's still dangerous for them and can still cause dangerous damages to their inner part of their body. Well, Abdurrahman, do you still think that smoking is not haram? What's your opinion, please? What's my opinion on this? Well, the Sheikh Ali had some really good points, and I've gotta say, um, they got me thinking a little bit. But as Sheikh Ali was talking about, saying these were the basic points, then what is the main point? Mm, What is the huge point that you were building up to? This big point Sheikh Ali is talking about. Well, stay tuned. Let's find out after the short equations. How do I solve this? How am I supposed to know what is 20 plus 2?
Here, take this Quran.
A Quran? What am I gonna do with the Quran?
This will calm you down.
Okay, thank you. Sadaqallahul Azim. Well, I guess my friend was right. This has calmed me down, and I can think much more clearly. Now, what was that? 20 plus 2? Well, that's easy. 22. Welcome back. Ollie, what is your final main point? Well, actually, my main point is pretty basic and concise and quite clear and very obvious. It's health and the consequences on your health for smoking. Well, you don't have to be a Muslim to understand this, and you can be any religion, and you'd be pretty absurd to even try smoking after knowing the facts and the facts of how bad your health can be after smoking. Well, there's many examples. For example, effects of smoking during pregnancy. Continued smoking during pregnancy carries risks for the unborn child. Also, it can be toxic to the child, and it affects the reproductive system. Also, it can cause deformity for the kid. There's a high rate of statistics in cancer death. For men, it's close to 90%, and women, it's 80% caused by smoking. There's heart diseases and many other things. And yeah, that's basically it. And there's a lot of several examples about how smoking can affect your health, and even after knowing that, you would still try that is basically indirect suicide for me. Well, folks, that's it for today. The debate is over, and you decide who won, Sheikh Ali or Mr. Abdurrahman. I think it was pretty obvious, but you can vote now. And yeah, just wanted to make it clear, smoking is still not legally haram until now, but those facts seem to be balancing on Sheikh Ali's facts. So have a good night and see you next time for debate, right or wrong.